All right, this is my final review video for Karbolyn. Um, I've got, I think, maybe 2/3 of a scoop left in there, so I'm just going to go ahead and use the rest of that tonight. But I just wanted to make a quick video to describe my thoughts and go over several things. I'm going to talk about performance, what do I notice when I take it. I'm going to talk about taste. I'll talk about value, so I'll talk about the price a little bit. So I guess I'll start with taste. I remember in the first video I talked about the taste being a little bit funny. It's really not the taste, it's really more the texture. Because when you mix it up, even though it mixes really well, there's still a little bit of almost a chalkiness, a little bit of grittiness, kind of chalky gritty, whatever you want to say. But overall, the actual taste, the flavor, and I ended up getting the orange shockwave flavor. On a scale of 1 to 10, I would say it's between a 7.5 and an 8. It's actually pretty solid. It's not bad at all. It's actually something I enjoy drinking before I go train. So taste, 7.5 to 8 out of 10. Not bad. Definitely something that you'll enjoy drinking. Not anything that you're going to have to plug your nose and pound. Performance. I absolutely, positively notice a difference in my ability to push through sets and reps in the gym when I take Karbolyn. I was only taking one scoop. I started the first 10 scoops. I would drink it during my workout, and I noticed just a little bit of a difference doing that. I noticed a much bigger difference when I drank all of it 20 minutes before my training session. So when I take all 50 grams before, about 20 minutes before, I notice a much bigger difference than when I'm just sipping it during my training. I absolutely recommend this for anyone who needs to rapidly replenish their glycogen stores. It's not something that you need to drink post-workout, because if you're not going to train until the next day, you don't need to rapidly replenish your glycogen. But if you're a powerlifter like me, for example, and if you go to a meet and you're doing a full power meet where you're doing a squat, a bench, and a deadlift, drinking a scoop in between each lift would be beneficial. Absolutely. I would definitely, my next meet, I may very well purchase a tub of this to take with me. I'll do my normal breakfast, but then, within 20, 30 minutes of getting on the platform, I'll pound a scoop of this. And then when I'm done squatting, when it's getting close to my flight for the bench, I'll hit another scoop. And then when I'm done benching, it's getting close to my flight, I'm about to get ready back on the platform to deadlift, I'll drink another scoop. And I think that will make a difference. I really think it would be helpful. If you're a strong man, it would absolutely be great for you during your training, especially during an event where you're doing 5, 6 events or whatever the number is. In between events, you pound your Karbolyn and you should refuel a little bit. I would say track athletes could do it. If you do Highland games, football players. At halftime, boom, pound it. Basketball players, anybody that needs to sustain energy levels and really wants to enhance their endurance and use it, it's good for it. And one thing I like about it is, too, taking all 50 grams at once, I would mix in with 6 to 8 ounces of water, and the flavor's fairly strong, but you can just hammer it down, and it does not sit heavily in your stomach at all. So, for a guy who plays basketball or a football player or somebody who's, getting ready to go back out on the field and be running and stuff, this isn't going to be something that's going to make you sick. It's going to sit in your stomach lightly, and your body's just going to suck it up like that. It's really, I can't say enough about it. I definitely recommend it. Last but not least, value. I was just looking on bodybuilding.com, and I just noticed that they have a 40 serving tub, and I think it said $44.98, so we'll say $45 for a 40 serving tub, and then they wanted $30 for the 20 serving. The 20 serving ends up being $1.50 a serving. The 40 serving ends up being like $1.12. Well, I have a problem with that. I think that's way too expensive. And here's why. The ingredients in this are homopolysaccharide derived from potato, rice, and corn. I'm not sure of the actual process that it takes to get those from the potato, the rice, and the corn. But the raw materials needed, potato, rice, and corn, those are pretty cheap. So, being that there's not anything else in here other than potatoes, rice, and corn, I see no reason why I should pay any more than 50 cents a serving. I mean, come on. I can go to the grocery and pick up, I can get a 10-pound sack of potatoes for $1. Okay? I can. $1. I can get canned corn, you know, for a lot cheaper than this. Rice, I mean, if you're talking about price per serving, you're talking about very cheap things. Potatoes, rice, and corn, very cheap. So the raw materials that they're using for this is pennies. So I'm not sure why it's so expensive. My guess is that those you know, the potato, the rice, and the corn needs to be processed in a certain way to get it into the form that you see in this bottle. But you know, excuse my ignorance if I don't know, but all I picture is a big machine that grinds this stuff up. Or maybe they purchased this material in this form already from somewhere else, and then they add their flavoring and whatever, and they make their Karbolyn. I don't know. But my main issue is that the raw ingredients used in this are dirt cheap when you talk about going to the grocery. So I can't for the life of me figure out why I should pay over $1 a serving for potato, rice, and corn. That makes no sense to me. So hopefully All American EFX can think about that. You know, gosh, I'd feel a lot better even if I was just paying 75 cents a serving, because I do understand that, you know, it costs money to package it, and, you know, they got to purchase the materials, and they got to pay for the shipping on that, whatever. And maybe they process it in their own plant. I don't know. I doubt it, but I don't know. But that's a huge markup. That's a huge markup. And I understand that the supplement company has to make money, but that markup is ridiculous. For potatoes, rice, and corn, no way, Jose. So as far as value, price, it's a 5 out of 10. It gets an F. There's no way potatoes, rice, and corn cost that much. And that may sound a little bit harsh, but we're dealing with potatoes, rice, and corn. So otherwise, if you don't mind spending a little bit of money for potatoes, rice, and corn, this supplement will absolutely perform at a very high level. The taste is good, and it will definitely make a difference in your workouts. It just costs a little bit of money. Thanks.